Hello, I'm Alec. If we're honest, our faith is the way we live our lives. And we come to that through our experience and our context, our understanding and our reflection. But essentially, it's about trust. And I'm interested in how that trust develops. My mother couldn't have children, so the first years of my parents' marriage were very stressed. But eventually, a gynecological operation enabled her to have eventually both my sister and myself. So we were well-loved children. We were wanted, and a delight to our parents when we came. But obviously we were problematic, as all youngsters are. But it was a family of love. Essentially, we were wanted. And I think that's the rock basis of my trust in life, of my faith. And I've tried to follow that through in my own family as a dad, and with grandchildren as well. That somehow it's love essentially that lubricates the whole of our lives. But I was a bit of a naughty boy, and my parents sent me to the Cubs. They thought that would make a man of me, and I eventually went to the Scouts and the Senior Scouts and the Rovers and enjoyed all that good stuff. And that was attached to our local congregational church. My parents weren't really religious people, but felt it would all do my sister and I good. It meant that from early on, I was part of a community. I was mixing with other lads, other people, and in the church, a whole range of different people. And that understanding and experience grounded me in feeling, again, part of a group. If we were climbing mountains, if we were going potholing, if we were doing canoeing, we were responsible for each other. We looked after each other, small gangs of us in patrols or whatever, and caring for each other. The broken ankle, the sick person on the holiday, whatever. So community became another dimension. But in that experience of expeditioning, we were in the country, in marvellous terrain, sometimes sleeping at night in the open, the canoeing on waters, facing storm, crossing a glacier together, a range of living adventurously. But it was in those experiences that I first tasted of transcendence. I knew something greater than me in the mountain peaks, in the water, under the earth, incredible experiences. And I suppose I became greedy for that kind of experience, the transcendental. The church itself, sadly, was very academic. The sermons were excellent, and when they worked, I was profoundly moved as a sort of thoughtful teenager at the time. But I felt the need for something else. I found that in doing creative activities. So my trust developed in working with other people in a range of creative projects together, where always the group is greater than the individual. Everybody is required. If it's a theatre, if it's drama, if it's young people shaping plays, they're working together with their ideas, threading them as one, making a new statement. And I found an excitement in the making of something new, something that wasn't there before that group of people came together. And then I bumped into the Quakers, and that changed a great deal. Because the Quakers themselves combined all those things. It's about love, it's about community, it's about our creativity together, and it's about following our leadings. And the leading, when supported, when discerned by others, means that again something new has happened. Now I wonder where some of those leadings will take us today. In my youth, it was living during the war. I was an evacuee, put on a train with a label and so on. Today, I think we're facing the war of the Lamb again. And our enemy really is mammon. It's about looking at the greed of multinationals, about the over-risk of banks, about the pusillanimous, really, within Parliament itself and our politicians. And I despair. But I look at other Quakers before. I'm inspired by George Fox. I can see what Woolman did in the face of impossibilities. I look at Gandhi and how he changed things. Nelson Mandela, Bishop Tutu. So many people around me that I respect and admire. And in that I put my trust, that somehow out of the darkness will come light, even though today it looks a bit gloomy.